Who is an entrepreneur? What does an entrepreneur do? All these and more will be part of our discourse. I welcome you to the Boss Business Class. I will be your business instructor, Nnamdi Osondo. And for the purpose of this class, I'll be referring to you as my student. Welcome. Who now is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is a person who starts an enterprise with new idea or concept. New idea, underline, new. Meaning that an entrepreneur does something new. An entrepreneur is a creator, an innovator, originator. He does something new. Why a businessman? Like some people feel businessman, entrepreneur, what's the difference? As similar as they may be, there are some striking differences. A businessman actually sets up a business with existing idea. Existing idea, that's the underlying it. Meaning that he is not that creative. He may have the funds, but he is not creative. So when we talk about entrepreneurs, they identify gaps. Yes. Identifying a gap that exists in any society. We entrepreneurs, we see opportunities where they appear not to exist. Where they appear not to exist. And I will show you the difference. An entrepreneur, in fact, when I will now tell you how to identify gaps, you will now know where you want to belong. Do you just want to be just a businessman that we say, what's moving? Even some people will depend on people. Oh, what's moving here? Oh, bag. Okay. They call China. They import the bag. While some other person will come to an environment, study the environment, what is lacking, what can I do new, and of course fixes his price. So which one is more lucrative? I think entrepreneurship is more lucrative because by the time you invent, you fix your price. So now I want us to look at how to identify the gaps that exist in the environment. How to identify the gaps. Remember I said an entrepreneur is one who identifies gaps and tries to know what to do. And that's exactly what we want to do now. Number one, an entrepreneur looks out for what people need. An entrepreneur looks out for what people need. It may interest you to know, like in Nigeria, I noticed in many social functions, you see now women, even men, with mobile phones. Yes, even though halls have air conditioners, but sometimes when you have social functions like wedding, burial, naming ceremonies, and what have you, you notice that people will now overcrowd the hall. And people will always have their phones, their mobile phones. Somebody actually thought about it. Somebody actually invented it. Somebody actually originated it. He is an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur looks out for what people need. That's number one. How to identify the gap. Number one, looking out for what people need. Number two, look out for what people are willing to buy. The willingness of people to buy. If I feel, that what I only feel, I feel like novel, non-academic literature could sell. And if I just bring them, and I notice that people are just interested in mobile phone, people are more interested in what's going on the internet and other things, you see that even though the novels are good, people, are they willing to read? So you see, it's not just about what you feel as an entrepreneur. Many people just do what they feel as business. So when you check what people need, you also check what people are willing to buy. Then number three. So of course I'm trying to say you have to identify what people are willing to buy. Number three, on how to bridge the gap, as in how to identify the gaps. Number three, identify what is affordable to your targeted client. Of course, for every business, you should have specific people you are targeting. So, what can they afford? If I come to Africa and I say, or if I come to a particular village and I feel, oh, I see a helicopter somewhere, and I feel, oh, let me bring helicopter. Yes, people may say there are bad roads in Africa. Oh, there is this, but can they afford it? Can they afford it? So affordability of what you want to do is part of it. So I think I've listed 3 things on how to identify the gaps in any society you find yourself. Number 1, looking out for what people need. Number 2, look out for what they are willing to pay for. Those services, those products you feel, yes, they need, and they are willing to go for it. 3, identify what is affordable to them, those people you are targeting. And may I tell you to note this: money does not know religion. Yes. You know, some people always feel, oh, when they say when there is casting down, or when there is a casting down, I will say there is a lifting up for me. You know, the Bible has already made us to know that human beings are created to be entrepreneurs. And those things you quote from the Bible is telling you that you are an inventor. In other words, when people are running away from Africa, when people are feeling, oh, there's nothing going on here, you can actually say, I can see opportunities there. That's how to know entrepreneurs. When other businessmen are saying, no, nothing again is working, you can look and say, what is going? There is no light here. I can invent solar. I can invent other things, sources of power. Oh, there is this. You look at the environment. Don't write off any environment. That is an entrepreneur. Any good entrepreneur can never write out any environment. So, in summary, I must leave you with this. Success is not a name of a place. Success is not a name of a place. So, having said all this, I wish to tell you that you join the class, follow us, and you hear more, and we'll interact more on business class. Thank you very much for listening. I'll come your way next time. Thank you.